Hey guys, here with Kyle Lamb from Viking Tactics. Super fun time this morning. We had breakfast, and out of all the things we could have talked about, of guns and gear and military and war story, we ended up talking about books. What books we were dorking out on, right?
Yep.
And I wanted to ask, out of all the things we could have talked about, why do you think we gravitated toward that? And is there a message in that for people who are fan groupies of yours like me?
Well, I think the message is I love history. Therefore, to study history, you have to read a book or watch a movie. And I can't watch a movie. I don't have the attention span for that. But I can read, and I can read all the time. And I read history. I write notes in my books. And then I also try to take that history and learn and apply it to what we're doing right now. So it might be something in leadership. It might be how our forces were handling something at whatever the battle might have been. You always learn from history. We don't want to repeat it. Some history we want to repeat, some history we don't. So I think that's why you and I like it, and it makes us think.
Yeah.
And I know I got you thinking this morning.
Yeah,
You were
absolutely.
writing notes on a napkin.
That's because I'm a huge dork.
Yeah. So we talked about a Russian sniper that's a female.
I can't wait
Yeah,
to
awesome
check
gal.
her out. That's awesome.
Yeah,
so-
she's killed more people than the plague, and that's kind of that's a very cool story.
That's amazing.
History, man. You got to read it.
For dudes out there training, I mean, they're gun-centric, and then they'll do a bunch of shooting. And so how important is knowledge and study for the development of a warrior? You kind of already answered, but I want you to kind of hit it home. Study.
Man, I think all of it's important. You got to be a well-rounded warrior. I'm always shooting. I'm doing whatever I can to become better at that. Well, why wouldn't I increase my knowledge base by reading, whether it's history or history?
Yeah.
I don't read a lot of fiction. I talked with you about reading a fiction, Cormac McCarthy. I'm reading one of his books, and that's to try to make me a better writer.
Yeah.
So I'm reading that so I can kind of see how this guy writes.
Yeah.
Teddy Roosevelt, another great writer.
Yeah.
Also a great American. Some of the folks like to read about this guy that was buddies with Che Guevara. I don't want to mention his name, but he was a communist that lived in America, and people think he's a great writer. He's a loser. His writing sucks. Read about Americans that have written this stuff, and no offense to anybody else, but this guy was on Che Guevara's side and on Cuba's side, not Cuba, but on Castro's side, and
Very good.
I'd rather read about Roosevelt and what he did.
Very good. Kyle's a friend, but he's also a hero. He's a legend in the world of, well, I get to say that. I get to have an opinion. And he's got a real cool book I'm working through right now, so I'll have links below and stuff. But Kyle Lamb, everybody, if you're not following him, you're wrong. Thanks, man.
Yep, thank you.